Hello everyone and welcome to Learn It Yourself. Here we are going to continue from our previous session, that is Verbs 1. Now we are going to start with Verbs Part 2. I wish everyone a good time watching this video on Verbs Part 2. And if you like my video, I ask everyone to like, comment and share. So let's begin our class.
Can I bake a cake?
Bake is a transitive verb.
Can I bake a cake? The subject here is I, the verb is bake, and the object is cake. Here, bake is a transitive verb. Those verbs that take a direct object are transitive verbs. Here, when we ask the question, what is the subject I going to bake? A cake. The verb answers question to what, and therefore bake is a transitive verb.
Follow is a transitive verb.
Sure, you need to follow my instructions.
Follow is a transitive verb.
Okay. First, you beat the eggs.
Beat is a transitive verb.
I will mix the flour and sugar.
Mix is a transitive verb.
You add melted butter to the eggs.
Add is transitive verb.
I have added.
Added is an intransitive verb.
It seems dry, add some milk.
Seems is a linking verb.
Now, you combine the batter and flour mix.
Combine is a transitive verb.
It's done.
You need to follow my instructions. Here follow is a transitive verb. Here the object is instructions. You beat the eggs. Here beat is the transitive verb and the object here is eggs. I will mix the flour and sugar. Here mix is the transitive verb and the objects are flour and sugar. You add melted butter to the eggs. Here add is the transitive verb and the object is eggs. I have added. Here the subject is I, the verb is added and there is no object. So if we ask the question, what does the subject I add? We do not get an answer. Here, the verb does not answer the question to what. It does not take any objects. So a verb can be transitive or intransitive depending upon if the verb takes an object or not. So here, added is an intransitive verb. It seems dry. Here the subject is it, verb is seems, and the complement is dry. Here, the verb links the subject to the complement of the sentence. So here, seems is a linking verb. You combine the batter and flour. Here, combine is a transitive verb because it takes the objects batter and flour. It is done. Done is an intransitive verb because the verb does not take any object.
Finally, you bake it in the oven. Wow, The cake looks lovely.
Looks is a linking verb.
I am giving a piece to Dad.
Giving is a ditransitive verb.
The cake looks lovely. Looks is the linking verb. It links the subject, cake, to the complement, lovely. I am giving a piece to Dad. What does the subject I give? Piece of cake. It is the direct object. Whom does the subject I give the cake to? Dad. It is an indirect object. And therefore, since the verb giving takes two types of objects, that is direct and indirect, it is termed as a ditransitive verb. This is the summary of main verbs. Main verbs are divided into four types: transitive verbs, intransitive verbs, ditransitive verbs, and linking verbs. Transitive verbs are those verbs that take a direct object. An example is Leslie took a chair. Here the subject is Leslie, took is the verb, and chair is the direct object. If we observe the sentence, you find that when a question is asked to the subject Leslie, what does Leslie take? We get an answer, a chair. So chair is the direct object. Here, this verb answers question to what? Therefore, took is a transitive verb. The next type of verb is the intransitive verb. Intransitive verbs are those that do not take any objects. Which means, if you take a look at the example, the birds tweeted. Here the birds is the subject and tweeted is the verb. If we ask the questions, what do the birds tweet? We do not get an answer. Whom do the birds tweet? Even then, we do not get an answer. Therefore, this verb does not give answers to what or whom. Tweeted is an intransitive verb. The next type of verb is the ditransitive verb, as the name suggests. These verbs take two objects. The first is the direct object and the second is the indirect object. Let's take a look at the example. The club awarded the achievers scholarships. The club is the subject, awarded is the verb, the achievers is the indirect object, and scholarships is the direct object. So what did the club award? Scholarships. Whom did the club award scholarships? The achievers. Here the verb answers questions to both what and whom. Therefore, awarded is a ditransitive verb. The last type of verb we're going to discuss is the linking verbs. As the name suggests, it is used to link the subject and the complement of a sentence. Here, full moon occurred at midnight. Full moon is the subject, occurred is the verb, at midnight is the complement. Some more examples of linking verbs are appear, seem, happen, feel. So this verb connects the subject full moon to the complement at midnight, therefore occurred is the linking verb. We have a few more examples. Ria left to Australia. Here, Ria is the subject and left is the verb, and to Australia is the name of a place, and it does not answer questions to what and whom. Therefore, left is an intransitive verb. Mrs. Smith found her bangle. Mrs. Smith is the subject, found is the verb, bangle is the object. Therefore, found is a transitive verb. The postman gave the letter to Miss Lena. Here the postman is the subject, gave is the verb, the letter is the direct object, to Miss Lena is the indirect object. Therefore, give is a ditransitive verb. Fireflies look stunning at night. Fireflies is the subject. Standing at night is the complement, and the verb look is a linking verb as it connects the subject to its complement. Now we have reached the end of the summary. Just take a look at the diagram. Main verbs are divided into 4 types. They are transitive verbs, intransitive verbs, ditransitive verbs, and the last is the linking verbs. Hope that this session has been very clear. I ask everyone to wait for my next video. It will be again on verbs. And we have not completed with the topic on verbs. I'm sure it will be interesting. Thank you for watching Learn It Yourself and see you in my next video.